Morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time today to join us for this very exciting session. This is our second session, upskilling the pharmacy providers and just anyone in general who's very interested in wanting to learn how to maximize on digital strategies for their businesses. So today's session will be more or less a build up, and we'll be looking at how we can set up Google business profiles and a few elements of ethical marketing. So before we start, maybe a few ground rules. So as you have noticed, all participants are muted during the entire course of this session. This is to avoid any interruptions during the sessions while the speakers are speaking. And then you can use the Q&A section, or you can use the chat at the bottom of your window to ask any questions throughout the session. The speakers will be able to answer the questions on the Q&A. Then at the end, we will give time for maybe 5 people to ask burning questions that you may feel may have not been answered well, or if you still need to raise another question. We are recording this session, and we'll be able to make it available on the InSupply Health pages, YouTube pages, that you can be able to access the pages there. Before we start, we have a very good panel of speakers today. We have a representative from VIA. We have Bernard, who's going to be speaking to us shortly from VIA. We have Dr. Joe Kamau, representing Pharmaceutical Society of Kenya, and we have Cletus Otieno from KPA, and then we have a very, very interesting speaker whom I am also very interested in hearing speak throughout this session, Joseph, who will be taking us through the Google Business Profile demo session. So I would really want to implore you to really take time to focus, to internalize, and to take as many notes as you can. So I hope you have a notebook and a pen on standby, and also ask questions so that in case you have anything that is you feel it needs to be answered, then we can be able to do that for you so that you don't leave with questions that are unanswered. We also want to know who is joining us and where you're joining us from. So in the chat, please just type in your name and maybe the name of your pharmacy and where you're joining us from. So what you will be learning from today's training, the first session will be purely focusing on how you can optimize your pharmacy on Google Business Profile. And so you'll be able to understand, and we'll do maybe a recap session from the previous session just for you to understand what a Google Business Profile is, how Google Business Profile works, how to set up your profile, your Google Business Profile. We'll have a live demo session that will take you step by step on how to do that. And then we'll jump into ethical and legal marketing. So just understanding how legal and basics and account supervision look like, and what guidelines are there that provide for this, content rules, what should you post and what to avoid, special focus specifically on family planning and reproductive health. What is the guidance on how to do that marketing? How do you reach out to the public without necessarily infringing on the guidelines that have been provided by the regulator? The application process and compliance checklist that you need to also adhere to, even as you do ethical and legal marketing. So I would like to introduce our first speaker, who is Bernard from VIA Health. He is not new to most of you if you had attended the last session. He'll be taking us through a brief introduction and an overview of Google Business Profile and how to set it up and the basics. And then he'll be able to introduce Joseph, who will take us through the live session. So remember, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, or you can put them in the Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen. Asante sana and karibu Bernard.
Thank you, Sheila, and thank you for that introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Bernard from VIA Health. I lead the digital activities within East Africa, and it's a good morning just to meet everyone. And of course, reconnect again from our last conversation, our last training, and just now go deeper in terms of how we can also be able to do this ourselves. And that's why we looped in Joseph, who will be walking us through the demo in terms of how to create the business profile on Google. Yeah, so next, right? Yeah, so what we are trying to do is just to make sure that your pharmacy, rather your clinic, is Googleable in terms of being available on Google. And Google is one of the biggest search engine that we have in Kenya as well as the whole world. So we are here just to help you set up your pharmacy on Google Business Profile, so the customers can be able to easily find you in search, as well as the people who also search on maps. Just a snapshot, why do you need to be on Google Business Profile? One is to have your pharmacy being easily to be found on Google Search and Maps. Then the other point is being able to drive walk-ins for customers, the people who are searching for your pharmacy. How are they able to access your pharmacy location? And then they can also be able to call you from the same profile, and they can also be able to be redirected from the pin location where you are. You're also being able to build trust through the reviews. People are able to drop a review once they are served from your pharmacy. They're able to rate you, and this is verified information that other customers can be able to see, and of course build more trust from all your audience. You're also able to help customers quickly see your opening hours and closing hours. So that's very important for people maybe who want to step out at night. The first thing they will do is just to see if you're open and if they're able to kind of come and, of course, buy the medicine or maybe access the services that you're offering. So you're able to improve your sales because you are kind of attracting the high intent search naming like near me, and that will always be able to push your pharmacy. So this is free. This Google Business Profile is free. You don't have to pay from creating it, and in return, it gives you the visibility that you need on Google Profile. Next. So how does it work, and how are you going to be found? So most people will kind of search the word pharmacy, and Google will try to finish what you are trying to search. I'm sure this is something that you have tried to do. And the moment you search, or rather you type the first keyword, or the first word that you want to focus on, it kind of gives you a finishing wording from the search results. And this is how it looks like. So someone is searching for pharmacy, and before they do that, so I was searching this from Westlands. I have the search keyword as pharmacies near me. The other one would be pharmacies in Nairobi. The other one would be Westlands. And now I can be able to choose either the first one or be specific within the location that I am. Next. And when I search that, when I go with pharmacy near me as the first choice, I'll receive a list of pharmacies. So for example, there's Dove Pharmacy in Westlands. There's another Good Life Pharmacy Westlands. So when I search near me, all the pharmacies that are near the location that I'm searching from will appear. And that way, now I'm able to choose the one I want to go to. So in terms of who becomes number one and who is number three, that one now focuses on optimization, which we'll be able to show you in the next slide. In terms of, do you have the best naming in terms of your pharmacy? Let's say you are in you're in Gong, so it can be maybe Dove Pharmacy, and then you have a kind of a naming from the location that you are. So you say Dove Pharma, and then you will have the word, or rather the name of the location, which is Gone. And then it will also show your opening and closing hours, if it is open 24 hours, or maybe it closes at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. or 10 p.m. If you have a website, again, it will show. And if I want to click on the direction, I'll be able to click on the button at the end for me also now to try and walk in now to your pharmacy. Next. Yeah, and this is just a checklist, or rather the step-by-step in terms of what you need to create your business profile. One is being able to go to business.google.com, and then you'll use your Google email. So let's get this right, that for you to create the Google business profile, you need your Google account and not Yahoo, because Google business profile belongs to Google. So that is to say, they want you to use your specific Google email and not any other email from another provider like Yahoo. The other thing is to click and add your business name. So you have your pharmacy name, choose category. This one, you're gonna go with the pharmacy, and then address where you are. And you can type or rather just push your pin correctly to where your pharmacy is situated. And then you're gonna now add your phone number and website. If you don't have, still to works, but make sure that you add your phone number for people who would like to call you, and maybe just to get some information in terms of if you have a specific drug. I remember at one point I drove maybe to like 50 kilometers just to search a specific drug. So before that, if I was using Google Business Profile back then, over 5 years ago, I could have just called a few pharmacies and confirm if they have a certain drug before me driving there. So it's good to have your contacts there on your business profile. That is the phone number, so that people would call you prior to kind of driving or rather walking to your pharmacy. Then you'll set up your opening hours and holiday hours if you maybe you're open on Christmas or maybe any other holiday in between the year. And then after that, it will be the verification. This can be done via phone, email. Sometimes they will ask you to send a video. So just get out of your pharmacy and do a video and then send to them. Then you have the details that you need to upload. If you have a logo, you'll upload photos for your pharmacy. You can just take a few from the counter outside and add them. If you offer delivery, you can also be able to include that. And then, of course, if you also offer, or rather you have access to, or rather if people can be able to access your pharmacy through wheelchair, you can also be able to tick that. And then you'll also be able to turn in a chat. So when you're also filling in your number, you can also have your WhatsApp link configured to your pharmacy profile, and then be able to input that so that they can be able to click and come into your business WhatsApp number. So you keep your hours, have photos, and of course, be able to offer current and replies to reviews as they come. So how do you collect reviews? You can even just talk to your customers to maybe drop you a 5-star or a 4-star, and maybe say something about how they were served at your pharmacy. So the screenshot you see here, it's a well-optimized pharmacy profile. It has the name, it has the category of the pharmacy. You can see the rating stands at 4.8. That is over 5. Currently, they have like 45 reviews done, and they open and close at 6 p.m. They have the button for direction for people who want to walk in. They have a button for call for people who want to call directly before they get there. They have a button for website for people who want to go to their website and maybe get more information. Then they have a message button when they want to chat, when the customer wants to chat the pharmacy before they walk in. Other buttons are like the pin location, the phone number, website, delivery. But that will be able now to see when Joseph will be sharing screen and walking you through step by step. Yeah, next slide. Yeah, so what are the facts that are available about Google My Business? So a complete listing, it equals to more customers. We have people who are coming in who are international Kenyans or other visitors or other tourists, and they use the location or rather the Google My Business profile to find their way. We have new people also, they are moving, or rather they are also traveling during this holiday season. So Google Business come into handy in terms of handling such customers. So it is 2.7 times more likely to be considered reputable if you have a Google Business profile. So you look reputable, you look to be a trustworthy pharmacy. 70% you're more likely to attract location visits for the people who are nearby. Then about 50% customers are more likely to lead to a purchase. For anyone searching through Google Business Profile, that shows they need. They need for information, they need for the services and the products that you're selling at your pharmacy. So they're likely to call. We'll have women who maybe call you maybe to check if you offer family planning kind of injection. They'll also call you maybe if they want a certain drug. And out of all those calls, out of all those direction requests, you're more likely to convert, or rather 50% of all those customers who are searching for you are more likely to purchase. So complete profiles receive an average of 7 more clicks than empty ones. So you can be able, there's two things here. You can be able to create a profile, but you're not able to finish it through. You just created a name and a pin. You didn't add the phone number, you didn't add the website link, you didn't add anything that maybe they can be able to use to reach you prior. You didn't add the photos of your pharmacy. So that profile will not be able to rank well. So when I was showing you the list of 3 search results, the reason why one is at number 5, the other is at number 6, the other one is on the next page of Google, it's all about how they were able to optimize their profiles. Was the naming correct? Was the location correct? Or was the phone number and all the other buttons all correct? So this is research that was done by Ipsos back in 2014. Next slide. Yeah, at this juncture, this point, I think I will now have Joseph come in now to share his screen and walk us step by step. What we have just shared is theory, but we'd like to see how is it done. Over to you, Joseph. Joseph, if you're speaking, you're on mute.
Okay, great. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much, Bernard, for that session that you have taken us through. And greetings to everyone. I'm Orwa Joseph, as I was introduced initially. My work today is simple. I will just be taking you through a practical session where you are going to learn on how to create, optimize, and manage your Google Business Profile. And on top of that one, we will also share with you how you can reach out to us for support if you have a challenge. As Bernadette mentioned in his presentation, is that Google Business Profile was designed for do it yourself. Like a business could decide to make the profile themselves and manage them. But over a period of time, based on how the profile has been created by Google, designed, and how robust it is, you will find that most businesses still find challenges in using the tool. Now, I'll go ahead and share my screen today. As I mentioned, it's going to be a practical session. So let me just check if you are ready for the session. On the chat there, you can just say, yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready for the practical session. Then we'll be able to take you through that one. So if you're ready, just shout you are ready on the chat. Just let us know that you are ready. Right, you see the people who are ready from the chat. Okay, let me just confirm if my audio is still clear. Sheila, can you confirm?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, and please also confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Great, so how do you start creating a Google Business Profile? That is the question that you need to ask yourself. Where do I start from? But I can see, yes, I'm ready. Waiting, yes, I'm ready. Rossi, I'm ready. Emangari, yes, I'm ready. Oh, okay, people are ready. Let's make it short and sweet. So if you want to create this particular Google Business Profile, and now I'm giving you an option for a PC. If you can see my profile, the link to open is business.google.com/create. So that is where to start from when you are using a PC. business.google.com/create. And for the purposes of this particular session, we actually came up with, I can say, we picked one of the businesses to use, and that is Joy Farm. Do we have Joy Farm in the house? Let me see from the chat if Joy Farm is here. If Joy Farm is here, just say yes. Oh, Joy Farm is missing. All right. Okay. Joy Farm, Joy Farm, Joy Farm. Oh, Joy Farm is missing, but we are going to use the business Joy Farm, and I hope maybe Joy Farm will be joining us soon. So we are going to use Joy Farm as a case scenario for this particular session. So when you click the link business.google.com/create, this is where you will land into. Now, an alternative way of getting here. I know most of us are using smartphones, and when you open your email, and see if you open your email, there is a number of items that you can see on that particular email. If you're using Gmail, or if you're using particularly Gmail, there's a number of icons that do appear when you are using Gmail. So when you open your Gmail and you minimize it, and there are some 3 dots that are there, you'll be able to see a number of things. You'll see your account, Drive, Gmail. When you scroll down, you'll be able to see, scroll down, you see Google Ads are there. There is an icon for business that you'll be able to see business. I don't know if you can still see my screen and where the business is. There is an account, Drive, and then this icon for business profile manager. All right. Bernard, I don't know if this is visible for everyone.
Yes, it is.
Oh, great. So this is also another place that you can get started. When you open your Gmail, go through these 3 dots, then this Google Business Profile Manager will be there. You can start from there. But for the purposes of this training, let's start with the link, business.google.com/create. The business we're going to use today is Joy Farm. Oh, it is Joy Farm. Sorry, maybe I mentioned the name wrong. That's why Joy Farm wasn't there. If Joy Farm is in the house, you can shout on the chat there that you are around. So the first thing you need to do, put your business name there. Boop, and you keep quiet for Google to do something. Then it will ask you, Joy Farm Pharmaceutical, create a business with this name. Now, sometimes when you do this, you may find out that you already exist on Google Business Profile. So if you already exist, it will ask you, Google will ask you, if I will pull a number of businesses and ask you if you own those particular businesses. So from the list that has been pulled, you can read through to see if any of those ones that have been listed are your business. Because sometimes, Google Business Profile ideally was developed from the Google Map, where people could go to Google Map and add a location. So Google actually, from Google Map, it improved it to have a Google Business Profile, now giving users experience for those that are searching on Map and those that are searching on Google Search. So sometimes maybe somebody that you don't know added your business location on Maps and you don't even know. So when you come to create here and that business exists, Google will list them here. It will search and list them here. And sometimes when you look at those that have been listed, probably they are not your business, or they are close by name, but not exactly. So for this one, we don't have any. It's asking me create a business with this name. I say yes. Then when we get here, there is the category, the question, which category is this particular business? In most cases, when you are doing it, you may fail to get the right category, but what you need to do, choose the one that is closer to it. Let me say this is pharmaceutical, right? So when we are here, we can see pharmaceutical lab, pharmaceutical company, pharmaceutical product wholesale, pharmacy, faculty of pharmacy. We have a list that is coming as the category, and I will use Sheila probably to suggest for us which category. I think the first, the second, and the third, they are closer to this particular business. So Sheila, what do you think? Which one is closer to this as a category? Pharmaceutical products wholesaler or pharmaceutical company? I think pharmaceutical company is closer to it. Sheila, do you agree?
I think pharmaceutical products wholesaler is a bit more closer. A company may be a manufacturing company. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Sheila, for that contribution. And that brings us to this particular highlight that I want you to know. You may fail to get something that is very close to what you do. So what you need to do, just pick any that is closer, even if it's not the actual one. These things can be updated later. So this one becomes your business category. When you pick it, you click next. All right. The question, this is a tricky one. For every other business here, this place is tricky. Do you want to add a location customer can visit, like a store or office? Initially, in some towns, Google had given a leeway of businesses without locations that they can actually use Google Business Profile, list their businesses, and they deliver, meaning they don't have a physical location, but they deliver. I think along the way, during the COVID, this particular option was a bit abused in Africa. Nairobi was one of the cities that enjoyed this particular feature. After the COVID period, this feature in Nairobi is not clear. In most cases, if you say no, Google will not verify you. So it was abused, but it's a feature that is still activated in some towns. We pray that it will be activated in Nairobi or in other cities in Kenya soon. But now you need to have a location. And then I will say, yes, I have a location. That's why I'm placing it on Google Map and Google Search. So when I say yes, you just say next. We move with speed. So the next place here is enter your business location. So this is in Kenya. Let's go back to the information that we have been provided. Business address JFarm is located in Pipeline, Kware S. So they say Pipeline, Kware Estate along. Let's pick this information and break it down to our section. So it is in Kenya. Right. Let me go and pick that description all the way to this. All right. Let me pick the all of this thing, description, and place it here. The all of description, I place it here. Business address, city. So in some areas, you may find that the way the business address is described, you may need to have multiple lines. So you can always add this one. It is optional, but you can put a detailed description like that one. I think Google will appreciate this one. It's a nice one. City is still Nairobi. So Nairobi. All right. Postal code. Wow. In some instances, postal code can be optional. In some instances, postal code has to be there. Now, this is always decided by the Google systems, but we want to try with this, if it can be optional. If you click next, let's see, wow, it was optional and it's nice. Again, Google still want to confirm if the business we are adding could be any other business that is already existing. So you can find that there is a suggestion for Kim Fay East Africa Limited, is not. Ours is Joy Farm. I can't see any Joy Farm around here. Now, if at this stage again, you find Joy Farm Pharmaceutical that you are adding that is already existing, you will need to select it. When you select it, then the process will be different. You will be requesting access to that one, to that particular business, which you will be prompted, and an email will be sent to the current owner to give you that provision. If it fails, then Google can grant you access to that profile within 2 working days. And if, in most cases, if that one happens, then re-verification will be needed. And in the re-verification process, the key one that Google always trigger people to do is the video verification. So for now, those one I can leave them behind because we don't have Joy here. Then we say none of that is our business. Click next. All right, I need to go with a bit of speed now. Now, when you look at this, okay, I think my internet is a bit shaky, it's loading. At this particular point, a map should load here. So when the map loads, Google gives you an option to actually play with the pin to put it at the exact time. We did put the description of the business, and Google did what it can do best to find out where you are within Nairobi and place a pin. But here it gives you an option of you playing with the pin. If you know the area well, the roads, you can actually play with the pin. I think because of connection, maybe the map is not loading. One thing is you can always update that particular information to the exact pin. So for now, we just click next, assuming that Google did that one. Your business address is invalid, and your business address is invalid. Add a new address. Okay, so meaning the business address that we added is invalid. So we will, I like these challenges coming in. Let me see if we can reload and go back again. If such happens and you have some internet connection issues, you may require to redo that one, but be patient, all is well. Let's now go move with speed. Business category, it was pharmaceutical product that is picked. Next. Yes, I do. Next. And then enter your business address. Let's look at this description. Pipeline Quarry. Let's try to play with Muhindi Mweusi Road. Let's try to see if the description of address start with the road, Muhindi Mweusi Road behind. Okay, let's try that one. Nairobi. Let's skip that one very fast. And then none of this is that business. And let's see if it will load. You provide delivery. So this is another question. I think at that particular point I did answer, do you provide deliveries or home and office visits? So Joy Farm is not here. Maybe through chat would have confirmed, but the nature of business, maybe we can have Sheila confirming that if this business delivers medicine. Yes, please.
I'm here. I don't deliver.
Oh, you are here? You don't deliver?
Yes. No.
Oh, thanks. You don't deliver. You say no. Thank you for being here. Oh, great. Now we are getting to the phone number. So this phone number, thank you, Joy, because you are here now. Let's click the phone number. Now, at the verification, when we're putting this phone number should be active and a code can be sent. So let's try. Website is optional. If you have your website, you can add it there. Let's see on the phone number there. If a text will be sent, let me see. Right. We get to the verification. You are now verified. You can chat. Oh, it's nice. Let's see if the verification is skipped for that. Oh, this Joy Farm, your business is lucky. When it comes to verification, Google sometimes requires you to put a code that is sent to that particular phone number, and then you will be prompted to key in that particular code here. And sometimes the code may not come, and then it triggers video verification. But for today, Google is great. Now, working hours, the question is, do you work from Sunday, Monday to Sunday, and what timings? Joy Farm, if you can confirm that one, Monday to all
Yes,
days.
we work from Sunday to Monday.
Timing?
Can you hear me? Yes, we work from Sunday to Monday. Working hours is from 8 to 10:30.
So that is 8 a.m. And when you say 10:30 in the night?
Yes, 10:30 p.m.
10:30 p.m. So I will put this on. This is very critical because Google wants people to have the best experience. Google does not want people to come to a business and find you closed.
Oh, and kindly on Sundays, kindly on Sundays we open at 4 to 10:30, 4 p.m.
When you say on Sunday you open at 4 p.m.?
4 p.m.
Okay,
yeah, 4 p.m. to 10:30. Yes.
Okay, thank you. 4 p.m. to 10:30. Great. How about Saturday? Is it having some special hours? Right, so when you update that information is updated.
Saturday is 9 to 10:30.
All right, we can always update that one. So we can always update that option. You can always update that option. So you come to business description. Joy Farm had given us some business description here. So we will take this and have it here. So this particular description, you can always better it. The description, you have up to 750, so you can always better it. But because of this particular session, you can just go ahead. In this description, this is where you share more of that particular business. It also helps with optimization. You go next when you have the description there. Then you add the photos. And because Joy Farm now doesn't have some photos to do, you can skip this one, and this one you can add them later. Logos, business photos, because you don't have them, you can skip that one, and then visible once you verified. Okay, let's continue. Great. So we have added this particular profile, and it's available on Google. And boom, so if you have access to this one, you can always do this. But remember, I've added this particular profile. It is available on Google, and I've used my contacts. So this business is mine. So you do not have access to it. So Joy Farm, I will now need to give you access to this particular profile. Within no time, you will be able to get a notification on your email to accept it. And remember, don't use Yahoo, just use Google email. If it's a company email, you will have to associate it with Google Business Profile. Now, let me see where I can give you access to this particular profile. People and access. You can see I'm the owner, and so I want to invite you. And this one gives you how to invite. Okay, where is that email? Okay, there was an email, a Gmail account. Let me just go and pick it. a Gmail from you. Join this one. This is what I want to use to invite you to the profile. So what I need to do, I need to add you to this profile, and I need to put your email there. And when I add the email, this is your email, and you are the owner. So I'm inviting you as the owner to this particular profile. I have invited you, so you will get an invite on your email, accept it, and then this profile will be yours. Now, I think this particular business is one of the profiles that are giving us easy time to update. So with this, you can always see when you are managing the business and you go there, you can see Joy Farm Pharmaceuticals is here. You can edit the profile, you can see the reviews, you can see the photos. The profile completion is not 100%. This is because we have not added some logos, some photos, and some things. Now, if you have a challenge with this particular profile, we are available to support you at Africa 108. Before I go there, the question is, yeah, the profile is there. How can I access it? How can I update? So I will go to the profile, and because I have several of them, so I will open this, and I have several of these that we have not verified, but your Joy Farm Pharmaceutical is here. So when you go, if you want to know if you have any business that you are managing with your business, go online, type business.google.com/locations. So you will be able to see all the locations that you are managing within that particular email. And you can see your Joy Farm Pharmaceutical here verified. From here, you can add photos, you can add posts, you can create a post, just like you do a post on Facebook or any other social media. And you need to really adhere to Google standards. For example, when you are creating a post, the text that is a caption should not contain another phone number, because the phone number is already there. In most cases, Google will flag that post. So when you are creating a post, for example, when I do create a post, this is a post I'm creating, I can add an image, I can schedule the post, I can add a button. From here, I can add a button like book now, order now, buy now, sign up, call now. When I say call now, it will be calling the phone number. But if I, again, within the text, I add a phone number, Google will flag it. So if you want people to call you, come to the button, action point, call now. You may be lucky. Sometimes you can have the phone number as part of the caption. Google does not flag it because it doesn't use people, to use robots to scan. Maybe they can miss it, but you can adhere to standards of posting, which you can learn online, or you can check with us to guide you through that one. But for now, we were just taking you through on how to create your profile and have it visible online. All right. So apart from that, the question is, what happens if I already have a profile and I need to claim it? What if I have a challenge of managing this particular profile? Can I be assisted? Now, the answer is Google Business Profile is a powerful tool. It helps you have businesses interacting with your business on the go. You can track calls. You can, from the report it gives you, you can see how people are searching for you, and you can actually find your business. Now, if you need to be supported, at Africa 108, yes, we do support businesses, and we have packages for that. If it's a continuous support every other year for a whole year, we have a subscription of 150 USD. So we support you in posting and re-verification if it happens, like past support for the year. If you are creating your profile and you still have challenges, you can reach out to us. And maybe if you want a one-off kind of a service, we offer that one at 100 USD per year. Or not per year. A one-off is 100 USD. We grant you access to the profile if it's verification or it's a challenge you are having. We do it. We offer one-time optimization. We give you the access so you can do the rest. You can update. You can do whatever you want to do with the profile. And let me pause there and see if we have any questions that came into the chat. Otherwise, Bernard is doing a great work to respond to some of the questions, and the form has been shared there. Oh yes, JFAM was in the house. Wonderful. So maybe again, sometimes you could have the confidence that I'm able to quit this thing. Let me go and do it. And then you have a challenge. You can always reach out to us. I'm going to share my WhatsApp number. I use a Tanzanian WhatsApp number. I'm very active on that particular number. So you can always drop me a chat, or I will also drop my email there. So if you have to actually reach out to me or to us, I've shared my WhatsApp number and my email. But if you need support on anything, a form has been shared by Bernard. Fill out that particular form. And again, to give you, I should have not told you this, but it's good for you to know, our packages are standard, but through the partnership we are having a negotiation that we may have a partnership package for you people. For example, if you can team up and all of the businesses come together, and we have like 100 of your businesses coming up together for the service, we are having a negotiation with the team so that we review our pricing and packages, particularly for you, and that one will be communicated to you when it's done by Sheila or Bernard, or through your key communications channels when that negotiation is complete. I am done, and back to, oh, welcome to me, it was Bernard. Back to you, Bernard or Sheila.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joseph, for that detailed walkthrough. I'm sure we have been able to capture or rather understand the step by step in creating a business profile. We really appreciate Joseph for such a wonderful session. Yeah, if you have any question, you can drop on the chat. We can be able to answer on the chat also for viewership of everyone. But if you need your profile created, I've shared the form on the chat. Just reach out to our partner Africa 118, reach out to Orwa. The contacts are on the chat as well, and they'll be able to help you with that. If maybe your profile was created by someone else and you no longer have access, but it is still available on Google, Africa 118, they also have, they're also verified by Google to do that. They can be able to claim it for you as long as you can be able to show the papers that someone created and didn't give you access when they were leaving. So they can be able to claim it and give it to you via your business email. Yeah, so I think that is it. Back to you, Sheila.
Thank you so much, Bernard, and thank you so much, Joseph, for the very good demonstration. Again, if you want support from Joseph, kindly fill the form that Bernard has been able to share in the group. We'll also share the same form through the associations so that you can also be able to sign up on it. I've also pasted Joseph's contact there so that you can be able to reach out individually to him to also seek support on the same. So thank you very much for that session. I want us to quickly move to the next session, and I want to invite Dr. Joe from PSK to take over and just share a few insights on what PSK is doing for its members when it comes to ethical and legal marketing, and then you'll be able to invite Cletus. Thank you. Over to you, Joe.
Thank you very much, Sheila, for this. My name is Joe Mwangi Kamau. I represent PSK in this in the undertaking today. So if you could just, is there somebody? Okay, thank you very much. Now, members, PSK is always available for information, and we have a repository for any interested pharmacy, depending on what you want to inquire. We have the PSK website, the monthly newsletters, journals, frequent emails, webinars and CMAs just like this one, member meetings and the annual conferences. So this is where you can get information depending on what you are looking for. Very recently, we've started using TikTok and influencers, especially for these trends that have been seen, that are rife. We have had the misuse of some of these sleeping yet diabetic medications, such as Ozempic. Using the TikTok and our influencers, we've been able to caution the members of the public that should you go ahead and use this medication without supervision, then we disqualify ourselves from liability. Information, for example, in terms of online information, we have strictly put a login so that we know who is getting this information. So mainly this information is accessed via logins, whereby you put your registration number if you're a pharmacist, and then your password, so that this data is controlled in terms of consumption. Remember, members, that we are in an age of we are in a digital era age whereby everything is now going the digital way, and that is why PSK is trying to make sure that it moves with time. So, for instance, if Joy Pharmacy wanted to check on some things, if Joy Pharmacy is registered, all she has to do or he has to do is just to get into the portal, and through the menu, he or she is able to see or to find out what he or she wants. So in terms of TikTok, there are several handles that are there. I'll be sharing them with you together with I know the website, everybody is able to reach the website for access of information. I think mine was on that because my brother Cletus was also going to project or present on the other different methods where information is gotten from. So I think Bwana Cletus, uwanja ni wako. Take it away. Thank you very much, members.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ari. Next slide. All right, so KPA has had various initiatives that we have put in place to ensure that member pharmacies and generally members are able to access important information and relevant information that they would utilize. And such information include guidelines on digital marketing, such as what we are taking you through today. And there are other very many relevant guidelines that as a member and as pharmacies, you need to equip yourself with. And therefore, we have provided access to such information. Kindly put up the slide. We have provided access to such information for you to be able to get them. We utilize a KPA website to actually ensure that members access this information. You are able to get training opportunities through the website. You're able to get subsequent official announcements that concern the practice. And therefore, all are invited to interact with the website as linked there. You'll be able to interact with quite several much information that can guide your practice. Other forms in which we provide members with information. From time to time, we hold various meetings, conferences, CMEs, and we try as much as possible to continuously disseminate important information such as these ones that we are currently doing. And we utilize various channels as well. And those channels are not limited to social media, and we are in all the social media platforms, that is WhatsApp, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and all. So we're very active. You can find further information and very relevant information that you need to access. Alongside the KPA portal also provides you with very key information that you'd want to guide your practice. We also utilize newsletters and KPA journal, where members are able to also access information. Remember, every year we send call for abstracts, and this is also very key towards enhancing access to information. So those are very many ways through which we enable members to access information, amongst others. Thank you. Very fast, allow me to switch gears and take you through. We have been taken through on how to be able to optimize our pharmacies within the social media space. And as such, then, we should be aware of what are the ethical practices, even as we share information through the social media space, the digital marketing space. We must be then aware of what are the ethical standards expected of us every time that we share information in the digital space. And pharmacy practice is governed by CAP 244 and specific sections, section 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40 empowers the PPB then to come up with various regulations that guide practice, guidelines that also guide practice. And one of such guidelines is one that is called the Guideline for Advertisement and Promotion of Health Products and Technologies. This particular guideline provides you with what you are able to share, what type of information you are able to share in the digital space, and which that you should not be able to share in the digital space. And therefore, at your convenient time, you can visit the PPB website and search for the Guideline for Advertisement or Promotion and Promotions of Health Products. You'll be able to go through that. Next slide. So just to take you through a few basics within that particular guideline and the allowable materials that you can be able to share in the digital space. It is a requirement within the legal space that you should not advertise health product and technology on any media without any permission from the PPB. So there's a prescribed form in which you can request to be able to advertise HPTs. So if you wanted to advertise any product within your digital space, within your platform, social media platform, you should have such authorization from the regulator to be able to advertise such HPTs. But also, you are guided that today we are encouraging all of us to be in the social media space, in the digital space, so that you can optimize your services to the public out there. But then you are guided that such platforms that you are opening should be operated, maintained, and supervised by yourselves. Meaning, as you are opening these platforms so that you gain more access to the clientele, you must be sure that it is a registered pharmacist or enrolled pharmaceutical technologist who supervises the information that is going through those channels that you are opening up. But there are very important prohibitions, even as we utilize the social media space, that you cannot use a celebrity, a social media influencer, to be able to market an HPT. Neither can you use a government agency social media account or even professional association account to market HPTs. And that is a strict prohibition that you must be able to adhere to. Secondly, as healthcare professionals, you cannot use, so today you have a major influence in the society as a pharmacist, as a pharmaceutical technologist. And many people look up to you within that community. But then you cannot use that status that the community has on you to then be able to endorse specific HPTs in order to enrich yourself. And all of us can relate because we have companies who would come to you as a person, and knowing the influence you have within the community, they would want you to endorse specific brands. That is prohibited. You cannot be able to do that. Next slide. So now we have set up our social media platforms. What are the limits that which we can be able to post, and what is this that we are expected to avoid? So in terms of the products, if you were to post product HPTs in your social media platforms, what are the limits? The level that you can be able to post to the general public is the general sales. And general sales are the drugs whose use does not need direction or prescription by a medical practitioner. So those products that for a client to use do not need a prescription are the only products that you are allowed if you were to advertise through your social media platforms. The most restricted from advertisement to the public is the prescription only products. And these are products that require to be dispensed only on a prescription given by a medical practitioner. And it is highly prohibited that you should not post or advertise prescription-only medicines to the general public. And as such, then you are not allowed to post any image or the brand names of such medicines. But the limit you are provided with is you may share some factual information. So let's take, for example, we have different brands of DMPA, and you are not allowed then to post those brands of DMPA. However, you can provide scientific information about DMPA to the general public. So that's the difference. Even the language that you use while communicating to the general public out there then matters also. And you are restricted to use language like DMPA SC is magic, is a miracle to our young ladies, is super potent, cures all. So, I mean, those are language that then does not assist the client to make a choice, but influences the client to making that choice. And therefore, such language, just be scientific in the information that you provide. In terms of safety, do not, and when we talk about a product claim, we're talking about any statement or representation that you make about a product, describing that product or suggesting that what that product does, contains, or that product can achieve. And therefore, in line with that, then do not claim a product is safe, does not have side effects. This product is natural and therefore is highly effective. Avoid such languages, even as you share with the general public. While you are doing the postings, and look, this is now where the reason why you are required to be the one supervising and managing your social media platform, because within that platform, when you will find comments from the general public, it is your role to guide in those comments. When someone provides a misinformation, it is upon you to then provide the right information. And therefore, that is why then you see the need of a requirement for you to be the one to manage this particular platform. Next. So if we would specialize this focus into family planning and reproductive health, then, for example, I'd given this example as POM. You cannot advertise a specific brands, as I earlier mentioned, but instead provide factual, scientific information to the general public, perhaps about that particular method. In terms of medical devices, for example, condoms, which is a general sale, you you should avoid claims like this is treating sexual weakness, premature ejaculation. Those claims that seem to guide this client into making a choice that is specific to that particular product you're talking about. Another example, the IUDs should only be advertised to health professionals only and not to public. So POMs are advertised to the to healthcare professionals and not to the public. Now, there is a great prohibition here again. It is strictly prohibited to advertise procuring abortion. And, matters going with sexual intercourse and indulgence are attractive to a number of people in the general public. And therefore, you are requested to avoid claims that this is curing the sexual indulgence, restoring sexual functions. And again, even as you post, avoid indecent images such as pictures of sexual organs as you do your social media postings. Next. All right, so this is just to for those who would wish to market HPTs in whichever platform, whether social media or whichever. There's a prescribed form in which you are required to do an advertisement of HPTs, and in that form you are provided a fee that you will pay. You make an application using that form, you pay a fee, you wait for some time for it to be reviewed and approved. Whatever has been approved within the limits that it's been approved for you, that approval is valid for within 1 year. When you're doing the display, then you need to put the PPB approval reference number in all the promotional material. So look, all of us are in community pharmacy practice, and we find a lot of promotional materials. All these promotional materials are sanctioned by the PPB upon payment of a prescribed fee and approval. So when they reach your community pharmacies, normally that they've gone through that approval process, and that's why you can see the promotional materials reach you. So if you are one of those people who wanted to get such approvals, there's a checklist. One of them is the product registered or retained, is the page supervised by a professional, is the content free or safe. Do you have PPB reference reference number visible? So that marks the end. And if I invite you to look at that particular guideline. It speaks more of the guide on how to advertise HPTs, but also gives you information that when you are also in the digital space, keep it scientific, keep it factual, keep it professional. Restrictions are much on advertisement of HPTs. Thank you. Next slide. should be question and answer. Back to you, Sheila.
Thank you so much, Cletus, and thank you so much, Joe. And thank you for the members that are still continuing with us. We really appreciate. So I want us to do a quick exercise. We're going to do a poll just to gain your feedback. Then we'll give a chance to maybe two of you to ask questions. And then we can finalize on just one section that's left. So maybe we can have the poll projected. Please share your feedback with us. We really appreciate. It's the only way we can keep improving our sessions and tailoring it more to speak to the initiatives that we want to bring to the pharmacy space and to also help you grow as also we grow throughout the project. So please fill this form. I will give 5 minutes for people to get a chance to fill. So please fill the form. We have the first question is, following the demo, how confident do you feel in setting up or verifying your pharmacy Google Business Profile? Is it something you're interested in doing? If it's something you're interested in doing, Orwa has gladly offered to support you in this, and his contacts will still be reshared even within the groups that you're in, so that then you can at least reach out to him. Which part of the ethical and legal marketing rules do you feel you need the most support with? That's still something we can support you in understanding, and the associations are readily here to support you also on the same, and given that at least the existing guidelines that can help you guide you through this journey of leveraging on digital strategies. Based on the session, how convinced are you that a complete Google Business Profile will increase your pharmacy visits? So over and above relying on the walk-in clients, clients who are maybe centered even in the house can easily just find you. And even if maybe you're not doing deliveries at the moment, but maybe you have a Buddha guy, you can still leverage on using your Buddha guy to do the deliveries for you, for these clients. So that's still an option. So if they find you online and they maybe want something delivered to them, that's still something maybe you could choose to explore. And then, since we cannot advertise prescription contraceptives directly, which approach will you use to be able to promote family planning services? So given that you're already offering these services to these clients, which approach do you think is best suited for you, just to share the services that you're offering for your clients once you already have the Google Business Profile up and running? Which product mentioned in the training do you see the highest demand for information among your online audience? To become a digital marketing pro, which topic would you like us to cover in the next session? What specific challenges have you faced with the Pharmacy and Poisons Board advertisement approval portal? Please describe any technical issues. That's something the associations will be able to pick up and support you with moving forward, given the challenges that maybe you have been facing or you have faced, or if you've not interacted with the site, maybe it's still an opportunity for you to be able to access the site and interact with it. Have you encountered any specific errors or stuck points when it comes to Google Map verification? If you have any also challenges, questions, or concerns that you want us to support you in, include that into the poll. And which is the one immediate action you commit to finishing before the end of this week? So is it setting up the Google profile? Is it reading through the guidelines just to understand what that looks like? So as you go through this poll, please just fill it for us, so that it gives us a chance to be able to curate better sessions moving forward, so that we keep upskilling you throughout the journey of this project. If you have filled, I think there's a reaction tab at the bottom of your screen. You can see somewhere that's written react. You can react for me, just maybe with a thumbs up, so that I can see for those who've already been able to fill the form. For those who are yet to finish, please continue filling the form for us. And for those who have burning questions, maybe you can be typing them in the Q&A Bernard is here to answer any questions regarding the Google Business Profile. The associations are here to answer any questions regarding the ethical marketing. So please do so for us. You can put in the questions. I can see a clap. Thank you. You can put in the questions on the chat, or you can put in the questions on the Q&A. Please do not leave the session with unanswered questions, so that we can be able to support you much better. I'll give up to 11:27 for those who are yet to complete. Please fill out the form for us. Asante.
Maybe if I may, Dr. Sheila, you can reshare the numbers of our fellow panelists so that the members can save. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Also, please fill the form. We only have 2 people and we have 46 people in the call. So kindly fill the form for us. It really goes a long way to help us help you in terms of these sessions. The feedback we get is what we use to curate sessions that are tailored for you. So please fill the form. I would like for us to end our session at around 11:30, so please 11:35, sorry. So please fill the form for us, for those who are yet to fill. It goes a long way to ensure that we can be able to curate these sessions specifically tailored to meet your needs and to support you moving forward, even post implementation of the project. Is there anyone who's having a challenge in filling the form? I can see Joanne is having a challenge. Florence will be able to support you. If you're having a challenge to fill the form, please type it on the chat. Also, Emma is not able to access the form. Anyone else? Please fill the form. Maybe as you're filling the form, I can give a chance to 3 people. You can see Florence is sharing her screen. So you can use your phone camera to scan the QR code on Florence's screen. To fill the form. Maybe Florence, you could also post the link. If it's easier for guys to just access the link for maybe those who are using the phone, you can post the link on the chat. Is there anyone else who's having a challenge? Thank you, Cletus, for sharing the guidelines for everyone to review. As we fill the form, I want to give a chance to maybe 2 people who have burning questions. So if you have a burning question, maybe just type in the chat that I have a question I want to ask. Then I'll be able to give you a chance. Florence has posted the link to the Zoom poll on the chat. You can be able to click the link and fill the poll for us.
Hi, Sheila. I see Dr. Seda has a question on the chat. Dr. Seda, would you want to voice the question? I can also read it out. So Dr. Seda is asking, can you register 2 branches in different locations with Google My Business? Bernard?
Yes, this is very possible. You can register multiple branches in different locations on the same Google Business Profile, as long as all the branches are real and with the right physical location. So it's possible. We have done this. Joseph have done this before with what do we call this chain of pharmacies? Good Life. Yeah. So you're able to do that. So if you have 10, you have 20, you have 2, you have 3, that can be done. You just create one after the other.
So in your when you are giving us the when you are training us, you didn't show us how to register 2 branches. That's okay.
Yeah, you'll use the same tutorial. So the same way we created one, you create one, you finish, then you go back and create the second one. So the only variant would be the location pin, the address, and if you have different phone numbers, still you can be able to input, or if you have the same number, it can still work on the other one. So it's one after the other. However, if this is being done by Africa 118 who have the master account from Google, they can be able to do that through bulky upload using an Excel. So they can send to you an Excel, then you can fill in all your pharmacies, and they can just do a bulky upload because they have a master account. But when you're doing it yourself, you'll have to do one after the other. That's the difference. But you'll use the same format, the same way we have trained to upload one, you'll still go back and create the second one.
Thank you so much, Bernard. James, I hope that's clear. Julius Nyakangi has also mentioned in the chat that not all members attended this webinar as it was anticipated what plans are in place to ensure all members read from the same script. Thank you so much, Julius. Maybe I'll give a chance to Cletus and Dr. Joe, so that I think that's a very important point. How do we ensure that all members are benefiting from this, even as we wind up? And Amek, maybe we'll reshare the link again. I see you've said you've not been able to access the questions yet. So over to Cletus and Dr. Joe. Maybe what do we have any comments around that for our members?
All right, thank you, Felicia. We shall endeavor to share the recordings of this particular training. That is one. Number two, all the relevant information shared in this platform today will also be shared in the respective WhatsApp groups where these participating pharmacies are. And I think that will be able to mitigate on this. Thank you, Feli.
Thank you so much, Cletus. Dr. Joe?
Just to ride on that, it is important that I remind members that on the issue of the 36 to 40 sections of the CAP 244, all members are required to read and understand, and also to get familiar with the guidelines on advertisement and what is allowed, what is not allowed. Remember, members, the law is very clear, and it is upon us. We have the honors to uphold it as pharmacists and pharmaceutical technologists. You might find somebody doing something just because he doesn't know that some of these things are not supposed to be advertised. So it is upon us to go read, sit down, look at what the law says, so that even when we are practicing, we are able to do it confidently and without any. Remember, the public eye is on us. When they need us to explain anything to them, they assume that we know. So kindly, members, let's go back to CAP 244 and familiarize ourselves with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe, for that guidance. I don't know, has everyone had a chance to fill the poll? I have reshared the link again on the group. If you've not, please fill the form for us. Is there anyone else who has a burning question? We do not want to leave questions unanswered or asked. If you have any other questions, please ask. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Since you were able to attend the session, share with your colleagues and let them attend this session so that at least we can all also read from the same script. So if there are no other questions, please continue filling the poll. I want to give a chance to Charity to just speak through this slide as we come to the end of today's training session.
So thank you, Sheila. And thank you everyone for being here. So as we close and as we continue to engage on social media, we are reminding you of some important hashtags. And hashtags are important because they help us amplify messages across. And so when you do your message and include the hashtag, it joins a group of, same messages that have the same hashtag, so they become more visible. So the primary hashtags that we are proposing are advanced FP in pharmacy and hashtag FP in pharmacy. Other hashtags that we could use are hashtag family planning, hash DMPSC, hash contraceptive Thursdays, and hashtag reproductive health. So, and also, as you're doing this, we are asking that you always tag in Supply Health and associations on Facebook, X, which was formerly Twitter, and LinkedIn. It's very important that we use the hashtag because it helps us also to monitor. And so when we use it, we are able to measure reach and engagement of FP in the pharmacy content. It also helps us strengthen advocacy and messaging so that when you keep reusing this hashtag, it means that the message is profiled higher and higher, and so it's more visible and more amplified across board. Then it demonstrates momentum and demand for FP, pharmacy FP in services. So I think the call to us is that this is our shared goal, that we amplify, access of family planning through the pharmacy channel. And the more we are able to rally behind these hashtags and use them and reuse them in our messaging and posting, it becomes more, visible, and it likely trends. I know we've heard about trending and all those things. So I think in the interest of time, I'll pause there and see if there are any reactions. But in the meantime, over to you, Sheila.
Thank you, Charity. So we'll also be able to share the hashtags with you so that when you're doing your content or posting, at least you'll always have a reference to the hashtags. I want to give a chance to Bernard just quickly speak through this. Since you're our partner in this very good journey of embracing digital spaces in the pharmacy.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much, Sheila. Yeah, so Via Health is also in the line of lifting up healthcare for women and girls. And we have a list of products that we also deal with. I'm sure our sales team have at one point stepped into your pharmacy or clinic just to talk about Meuri, Pronta, and Avatiso. In the next slide, it's the three products that we are currently pushing. That's the Meuri, which is, I won't go into much details about the medical terms, but this is an advanced pill for the young patients. It has a low rate of bleeding irregularities, lesser weight gain, and the list of advantages. And then we have Pronta, which is Pronta 1. It's a one tablet. I know most of our customers are used to the P2, which is 2 tablets, but we have one. It's safe to use, extended release, and it's quite effective. So we are also pushing that. We have Misoprostol, that is Avatiso. Again, this is also available in different clinics, including Maristops. Again, we are also pushing this. So those are the three products that Via Health is pushing in the market, in the list of the pharmacies across the nation. So if you are interested in them, you can always reach out to us. Let me share with you an email that you can be able to reach out to from our head of sales. So I'll be dropping it on the chat. You can email to make your order. Just check on the chat. Yeah, she's called Lonze. So if you're interested in those three products, feel free to reach out. Thank you so much. Back to you, Sheila.
Thank you so much, Bernard. And thank you to everyone who has stayed with us till the very end. I hope you have been able to fill the form again, the poll, just for us to get your feedback. But if you haven't, we will still share it together with the recording for this meeting so that you can still continue to give us feedback so that the next session really speaks to the growth in digital initiatives. I want to say thank you to the very able panel that has been here with us today. Thank you, Cletus. Thank you, Dr. Joe. Thank you, Bernard and Joseph in absentia. And thank you, Charity and Florence as well, for organizing this meeting link. As we go into the seasons, happy holidays from InSupply Health. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2026. Let's meet again in January and as we continue to advance FP in pharmacy. Asanteni sana and enjoy your holiday.
Asante and bye-bye.